Welcome to Nerd Positively Reviewed. This podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, we will travel to the realms of awesomeness, and I'll answer the question that we all ask ourselves every time we watch a movie or TV show. Where the hell do I know them from? I'll take a look at the directors, writers, and actors, then read some of the best good and bad reviews I can find based on title alone. I'll even give you my own thoughts as well. Also, you can make up your own damn mind if you want to watch the movie, TV show, or whatever we're talking about in 30 minutes or less. I'm the self-proclaimed emperor of awesome, Bradley. So, we're talking about a little movie that just came out, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, it's here. Probably the biggest movie of the year, at least the biggest R-rated movie of the year. We'll see how the numbers pan out here in a day or two. Deadpool Wolverine, man, I watched it a couple days ago, and it was everything that I needed it to be. Did I want more? Yes, because I just wanted more. Was I happy with what I got? Absolutely. I'll get into my thoughts later, but man, let's get into some details of the movie. It was released nationally on 7/26, July the 26th of 2024. IMDb has this rated at an 8.3 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes has it at 80% on the tomato meter and a 97% audience score. Hell yes. Maximum effort, people. Maximum effort, people. Okay. Let's talk about some critics. Sarah Michelle Fetters from MovieFreak.com says this: Reynolds exhausted that creative well with the first two Deadpool entries and is only dredging up sloshy wet sand at this time. All right, fair enough. Tom Beasley from the Popcorn Muncher. This isn't really a movie. It's just a lame Reddit thread uploaded by Kevin Feige. Surely, after more than 15 years of cultural dominance, Marvel can do better than that. Okay. And lastly, let's hear from Graham Tucker from stuff.co.nz. A nicely irrelevant, hyper-violent, and potty-mouthed distraction. Director Sean Levy taps into some easy chemistry and jaw-dropping comic timing between his leads, but nothing can mask the reek of desperation of the IP management that underpins it. Okay. That was kind of brutal. So those are the critics. Do you listen to critics? I don't know, but I wanted to throw those in there. So now it is time for Where the Hell Do I Know Them From? All right, so Deadpool Wolverine was directed by Sean Levy. He also directed Free Guy, Stranger Things, Real Steel, Night at the Museum trilogy. So he's got some practice there. And you can really see it. I didn't realize he was the director of Real Steel. I thought it was really cool too. This is written by Ryan Reynolds, Rhett Reese, and Paul Wernick, who all three of them worked had a hand in writing all the Deadpool movies. And Rhett and Paul also wrote Zombieland. Main stars in the movie. I'm just going to go over the big ones. There's way too many cameos to get to go over all that. But main stars is Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. He was Cal and If, The Adam Project, he was Big Adam, Red Notice, Nolan Booth, Free Guy, he was Guy, Buried, he was Paul Conroy, and many more. I think one of my favorite Ryan Reynolds movies will always be Waiting. Hugh Jackman of the Wolverine, Logan, he's Jean Valjean in Les Mis, Logan in Logan, P.T. Barnum in The Greatest Showman, still one of my all-time favorite movies. Emma Corrin, up and coming, I think. She doesn't have a huge IMDb, but let's go over what we got. She plays Cassandra Nova from My Policeman. She was the younger Marion. She was Princess Diana in The Crown. Also, Esther Carter in the TV show Pennyworth. So there it is. We have DC and Marvel ties. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds does too, but Hugh Jackman does not have any DC ties except for knowing Ryan Reynolds and now Emma Corrin and probably a few more people. Matthew McFadden. This is Mr. Paradox. You will recognize him from Succession, where he is Tom Williams gone. I don't talk good. He was Athos in the Three Musketeers TV show and Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. Happy Hogan is played by Jon Favreau. That was a cool scene as well. Spoiler alert: Spider-Man, Avengers, Iron Man. He's Happy Hogan. He was also in John Carter. He already played Thark Buki, and he's been in some other stuff as well. A lot of stuff actually, and director of course, The Mandalorian. Marina Baccarin. She is Vanessa. She was Inara in Serenity, and she voiced Talia al Ghul in Son of Batman. And believe this or not, she is the voice of Gideon in the Flash TV show. Cool. Rob Delaney, he plays Peter. He was Rob Norris in Catastrophe. He was JSOC in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Deputy Director Powell in Argyle. And let's talk a little bit of Blind Al. She's played by Leslie Uggams, who is also Agnes Ellison in American Fiction, and she was also Betty Pearson in Fallout. Let's get into the reviews. So here we go. I base the reviews I choose solely on title alone and have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally no talk good. I will do my best to read them as I see it. Punctuation, good, bad, and all. So let's find out what people are saying about this, shall we? Sorry for the breaks. I starting to feel a little tickle in my throat, so I apologize for the little snaps there. So hey, we're going to find out what people are saying. Let's start with some bad reviews. All right, the first review is a 1 out of 10, and this is called First Time I've Ever Left the Theater Halfway Through the Movie. All right, this person is way stronger than I am if they could do that. This is from the 24th of July of 2024. Warning, spoilers. If you think knives going into private parts repeatedly is amazingly entertaining, and you love having one of the main characters to literally remind you that you're watching a movie at least once every 2 to 3 minutes, well, you're in for a treat. This is the worst movie ever made next to Mother and Speed 2. Ouch. A hot mess. Even the fighting scenes are god awful. Slow motion and sharp things combined with really bad puns, spoon feeding the audience throughout. You just want to end. You just want it to end. I had hoped we were close to the end. Check the time, and we were 1 hour in this. That's when we simply got up and walked out. Wow. All right. Let's keep this train going. Here's another bad review. All right, this is another 1 out of 10, and this is simply called Sick of Hollywood, dated for 25 July 2024. Okay, now that you read all the influence reviews posted by the cast and crew giving this garbage an 8 out of 10 rating. I watched about 15 to 20 minutes and found it so bad I left. I can't believe Hugh Jackman was willing to bring back the Wolverine for this garbage movie. Not a single joke, not a single wisecrack from Deadpool made me laugh or found entertaining. Mostly it made me mad that I paid good money to watch this garbage they call a movie. By definition, a movie, any work as of art or entertainment having this form, usually including a soundtrack. But what comes out of Hollywood these days is lacking the entertainment part. They appear to be more interested in trying to influence you with their embedded politics and are deliberately boring the public to death with bad sequels. Knowing when to put a story franchise out to the pasture is not Hollywood's strong suit. Okay. I think you're wrong in a lot of levels here, but we'll get into my thoughts later. Let's do another bad review. All right, this one is called Cringy Terrible Nothingness and is dated from the 25th of July, 2024. Warning, spoilers. Every joke from Deadpool is a male-on-male gay sex joke. I can think of a couple that weren't. They are spaced apart by 3-minute intervals, and they do not stop. They aren't funny, not offensive. They're just tiresome. They aren't clever. And now I've introduced you to half, 50% of the entire dialogue and script. How can I say this? Imagine watching the show on CBS with Cedric the Entertainer, okay? Every 2 minutes, there is yet one more tired, stereotypical, unfunny joke about something particular to being Black African American. Every 94 seconds, another stupid, tired one-liner that must be helped by a laugh track. And the story never begins, and therefore you spin around in circles waiting for it to take hold, but it doesn't. Finally, Ryan Reynolds pretty much talks in his effeminate, pseudo-altered voice most of the whole movie. Is that funny? There is no way Hugh J. or Ryan R. would ever watch this movie if two different guys handed them the same movie to watch. It is a total money grab. Think Jar Jar Binks and Mr. Bean star in the next Star Wars spinoff. That's how bad this movie truly is. Had to warn you guys. I'm warned, and I want to see it again. Yeah. All right. Another one. Another bad review. Here we go. And another 1-star review. This one is called Garbage and is dated the 26th of July, 2024. Another worst movie of Deadpool. Luckily, did not waste my dollar watching in the cinema. I just downloaded it through the web. Woo! You're saying you committed a felony publicly. Awesome. I did not get wrong that the movie is trash again. The part 1, it's a bit good compared to part 2, and 3 Deadpool movie is becoming worse and worse. Another worst movie of Deadpool. Luckily, did not waste my dollar watching in the cinema. I just downloaded through the web. He even repeated it. Cool. I did not get wrong that this movie is trash again. The part 1 is a bit good compared to part 2, and 3 Deadpool movie is becoming worse and worse. Another worst Deadpool of Deadpool. Luckily, did not waste my dollar watching in cinema. I just downloaded through the web. I did not get it wrong. The movie is trash again. The part 1, it's a bit good compared to part 2, and 3 Deadpool movie is becoming worse and worse. Yeah, so he did one sentence and then just repeated it. I mean, dude, you illegally downloaded the movie on opening weekend. Wow. All right, man. Well, this is Garbage, is what the title this from IMDb, dated 26 July 2024, and use the name Demonville. Yes, that is a DEAMONNEVILLE. Yeah, probably shouldn't say that you're doing illegal things, but hey, you do you, buddy. You do you. A lot of bad reviews, and I didn't say anything about the acting really. Just people didn't like the story, and they just didn't like the humor, which I get. It was a little bit different from Deadpool 1 and 2, but they kind of had to do it that way, especially when you're bringing in Wolverine. But I digress. That's enough of the bad. Let's get into some good reviews. All right, this is a 9 out of 10, so 9-star review, and this one is called Pure Cinematic Candy. I saw this at an early fan screening, and it was pure cinematic candy. I'm confident that it's the best movie of the summer. The whole audience was constantly either laughing, cheering, or clapping. The jokes were hilarious, and the cameos were amazing, and there are so many of them. I won't spoil anything, but there are multiple cameos by characters you'll never see in any other movie, and I love them. Fans of comic book movies will have a field day with all the references. It might be a recency bias, but it's probably my favorite Deadpool movie, and I love the first two. They definitely knew what the fans wanted and what they didn't know they wanted, and gave it to them. Another hit from Sean Levy. All right, and let's get into another good review. This is a 10 out of 10, and it's called It Was Perfect. It's worth every second and minute of your time. From dated 24 July 2024. I really liked the movie. The atmosphere and the people were so cool and friendly. I've never, ever, ever seen such a cinema atmosphere. People were so quiet and respectful, and you could see that they all came here for the movie they wanted to watch and the movie they really anticipated for a very long time. That time you were percent 100% 100 or 100% sure that you're in the right place and atmosphere to watch this movie. All my life, I did regret going to cinemas since people make noises and don't care much about the movie and just come in for wasting time. But this on was completely different. I've watched it in IMAX. I recommend you do the same. I watched it in ScreenX and it was so good in ScreenX. Well done. Let's keep going on the good reviews. Here we go. All right, this is the final good review here, and this is called Welcome Marvel Jesus to the MCU. Deadpool Wolverine was everything that I ever wanted, and it blew my mind away with surprising cameos, but not gonna tell you. You have to watch it on the big screen to believe it. Or if you're the guy with the bad review, you can download it illegally. Just saying. It takes it to a whole new level. It literally blew me away with every exciting element and a whole new adventure. And I'm losing my mind. I never felt more excited and so happy with joy as I am right now. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are way over the top with the best performances. The one and only loudmouth superhero, non superhero comedy goofball, Deadpool, and once again returns as the X Men strongest tough superhero, Wolverine, the perfect team up. Straight out of the MCU comic book genre. And I have the hiccups. Yay. Emma Corrin played the best supervillain role as Cassandra Nova, and she literally nailed the part so brilliantly. Matthew McFadden did a pretty good job as Mr. Paradox. I never knew how the TVA can go from a whole new direction in the film. The action, the comedy, the spectacle, the jokes, the gore, and every best Marvel moment was beautifully well done by the book when it comes to Kevin Feige. And along with the MCU team that can actually make many Marvel movies possible to keep Stan Lee's name and his legacy alive. Sean Levy, I forget how you say that name, who made Free Guy, Night at the Museum films, Real Steel, and the Atom Project. I covered all those earlier. Did a really great job making his version of Deadpool happen on the big screen. And we finally got what the Marvel fans wanted. Everything at the Marvel Studios was brilliant. I'm not going to say anything about it, though. So, no spoilers. Laugh my ass off. But this was definitely the best buddy superhero movie of 2024. Probably the only one as well. And I would love to go see D&W over and over and over again. The movie theater would appreciate that for sure. And LFG, 10 out of 10, more like 1,000 out of 10. Well done, sir. All right, let's get into some of my thoughts. So after reading the reviews, did any of my thoughts change? Well, let's find out. I have 5 thoughts. 1, I was expecting more, but I'm fine with what I got. 2, it was funny and awesome and felt like a perfect Deadpool for the MCU. Let me expand on that a little bit. We knew things were going to change. There's no more Fox. This was the thank you for all the Fox heroes, right? This was that. That's the MCU saying thank you for for doing everything that you did. There could have been a little bit more there, but you know what? Hey, that's fine. Any more, and it would have been too much, I think. 3, this movie is pure fan service. To really get it, you have to be versed in the comics. You really do. 4, we got we got Gambit, Blade, Elektra, and X-23 as a team, and now there needs to be the Void Avengers because that's awesome. And let's go around number 5. Deadpool and Wolverine are so good together in this. You could just tell how it was awesome. It was so good. My personal rating, if I'm gonna rate it for IMDb, I'd give this a 9. I would give this a 9.7. I can't think of anything I didn't really like about it, but I will also say, man, this is close to a 10 as I'm going to give anything. It was fantastic. The movie was just great. If I'm going on the Rotten Tomatoes scale, I'd be looking at like a 97, 98%. I'd be right in line with all the audience score. All right, and here we go. Let's do some awards. All right, best actor, or my favorite actor is easily Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. Just really led this. Worst actor, or my least favorite actor is Peter. But it doesn't mean I didn't love him. I liked Peter a lot. I thought he had a lot of heart. He was the heart of the story, so it was fine. But story was good. I don't think the story needed to be a lot to get where it needed to go. I just think it had to be executed, and it was. The show stealer for this is Daphne Keene, X-23. Man, she was pretty much the saving part of the Acolyte, and she's great in this. Girl, you're having a good couple months. Keep it up. I can't wait to see you do more stuff. And I like to talk about my level of movie fog. So how much movie fog, how inverse am I going to be into this? Dude, you gave me Gambit, and I am a freaking huge Gambit fan. You got me at levels of five movie fog, 5 levels of movie fog, all the way. I was in, I was there, I was watching it, I was eating popcorn. It was great. All right, now it's time for you to decide where would you rank this. Let me know. So you can find me, friend me, or follow me. Facebook at Nerd Positive, TikTok at Nerd Positive 1, Instagram at The Fandemic 1. And if you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next guest on Nerd Positive. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Nerd Positive, Patreon at patreon.com/Nerd Positive, PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Buchanan. I'm not going to say no. But most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. And if you like this, you like all things Nerd Positive, me and my buddy Brian talk about every week about random things. And we do more than that. I also got a couple kids' books out. Got a couple more in the works. So let me know. All right. Deadpool and Wolverine. We are at 23 minutes. You just got Nerd Positively reviewed.